On the Mike, good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you too.
Get the old handshake there, all these different shakes going in. Got the cold hand. You've been some outside work there too.
Yes, sir.
Inside, outside. What's the best part of your game? I know you like to play the outside because you bring the ball up on a lot of occasions, but you also get some rebounds. What's the best part of your game?
Yes, sir. The best part of my game is getting others involved. So probably the outside.
Do you like the role? Because you got a lot of hats to wear with that Grimsley Worley team.
No, yes, sir. I have embraced it throughout the season, so it's not too much to handle now.
You could be a big man playing inside, but you're more of a guard. You like that ball handling, like taking and kind of helping out the team in that regard there?
Yes, sir.
What have you done to get better this year with your game?
Just being a leader, helping people get better, things like that. So.
What do you think about this team? What can this team do in the playoffs? You guys ready to make some noise, ready to stir some things up? Because you have got some people's attention this year.
Yes, sir. I honestly believe that we can win the state playoffs this year. That's my goal. It's always my goal. So, yes, sir.
What do you learn from the coach over there, Coach Griffiths? What's he taught you this year?
To never give up. Just even like when we were down against Page at Grimsley, he just said, just keep playing hard. Got to come back from it.
That was a tough night too, right?
Yes, sir.
Crazy night too. I tried to get there for the game. I got to apologize. I came late because it's over the Greensboro Day Wesleyan game, and that game's going 4 overtimes. Nobody's taking any shots. So I'm going to just wear this time clock out. Got to your place, game was over. Heard you guys lost by a lot, but the first game over at Page, completely different story over there.
Yes, sir. We had lost by 3 or 4, I believe.
Yeah, about 65-61 that range. Yeah, that was a great game over there.
Yes, sir. It was. It was fun playing too.
Look forward to beating Page one day.
Yes, sir.
Because you still got some chances.
One more year.
Yeah. They were talking about that last night with the Duke players. You watched the Duke Carolina game last night?
Yes, sir.
They mentioned some of the Duke players. This might be their only chance to beat North Carolina inside Cameron because some of those guys may well be gone next year.
Yes, sir. I think Okafor is going to be gone.
Do you think there's a chance some of the others might be gone too, or just Okafor?
Justice Winslow is a great player. I think he's going to be gone this year. And maybe Tyus Jones might have to sit around and wait.
The guy impressed me a lot was Jefferson. Jefferson's kind of an unsung hero on that Duke team. He impressed me a lot last night.
He's a role player. He knows his role. His role is to get rebounds and lock down people in the post, and he's embraced that role.
Who do you think was the top Duke player in the game last night?
The top Duke player. Tyus Jones or Okafor, but Tyus Jones came too big for them at the end.
Okafor was a little limpy there for a while because that ankle was a little bit weak on him there.
Yes, sir. But he just played through it.
He did. He got about 13 rebounds I read somewhere. What about North Carolina? Who do you think their top player was?
North Carolina. Meeks came too big. Meeks and Bryce Johnson.
Yeah, as John mentioned, Bryce Johnson had a big game, maybe a double-double, and Meeks just, I don't know, I look at a guy sometimes who you think may not be the dominant player who's still working on his game. Boy, Meeks has come a long way since he got to college.
Yes, sir, and he showed up big time last night. I was really impressed.
Who were you yelling the most for last night, for North Carolina or Duke?
I'm a Carolina fan.
Carolina man all the way then.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever met Coach Roy Williams, those guys?
I did meet him. I was 11 or 12. I might have been younger, but when P.J. Harrison was getting recruited, I met him at Dudley.
Over the Dudley game. Gotcha. What's been the most satisfying win you guys have picked up this year?
The most satisfying win this year was against Mount Tabor earlier in the season.
Going against Mount Tabor.
Yes, sir.
That's beating a well-established program there, too, beating those guys.
Sir. I don't think anyone gave us a fighting chance.
Did you go over there? You beat them over there?
Yes, sir.
It's a tough place to play, too.
Yes, sir, it was.
It's kind of the old-fashioned gym, big gym, a lot of space in there, and they always pack it out strong, too.
Yes, sir. And their student section is amazing.
Out of this world, you might say. I know what you mean.
Yes,
what do you think? I mean, we talked a lot about it already, but what do you think the team's got to keep doing to get something like happening at Mount Tabor, get that happening in the playoffs, and go on a nice, good, long playoff run? What do you got to do?
We just got to play hard. Like, we got to play how we know we can play. We know that we're one of the better teams, so we got to play like it.
Let me throw a few players' names out there. Tell me what you think about your teammates and what you can say good about these guys. Nick Moore, what do you think about Nick?
Nick Moore, he's a great player. He can score when we need him to at times. He's a point guard. He can facilitate the ball really well.
You guys are almost point guard by committee sometimes, too. You bring that ball. I like to see when you rebound and you bring the ball on up yourself. I mean, that's pretty neat as well. What about the Mason Moore? What do you see in Mason Moore?
Mason, he attacks the basket really strong. He can hit an outside jumper when we need it, or just hit an outside jumper.
What about Jamie Williams?
Jamie, he's a post player. He can rebound the ball. So, yes, sir.
What do you think about Bruce Davis? What do you tell us about Bruce?
Bruce, he plays hard. He rebounds. He can get us a basket, here and there, but he's a really good rebounder.
What about John Purry, your teammate that came in? What do you say about John?
John's probably our best scorer, and he can calm us down before the game. I can tell you that, because some of us really jittery before the game. He can calm us down.
So he's got good leadership qualities too about him.
Yes, sir.
What do you tell us about this guy on Grims? I don't know about this guy, but I hadn't talked to him much until today. Mike Featherston. What did you say about Mike?
Mike.
I just saw.
I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah.
He can play ball. It's pretty good,
How do you change? You're kind of crazy, got a good outgoing personality. Come game time, how do you change as far as persona goes? Come time to put the ball in the air, how do you change then?
I don't know what goes through my head. I feel like I just become a completely different person. This is more serious.
Mm-hmm. Are you still pretty well, though, calm and relaxed when you go out there?
Yes, sir. I'm very relaxed when I play basketball. It's just something I love to do.
You enjoy it then?
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Griffiths looks like he would make the game kind of fun to play, too.
Yes, sir.
Being the coach he is.
It is.
Who's been the biggest basketball influence on you other than Coach Griffiths, you think?
My sister.
Coach West?
Yeah, my sister and Coach
Oh,
West.
your sister, not your assistant, but your sister.
Yeah.
So she's helped you out, too, then?
Yes, sir.
What's her basketball background?
She played at Grimsley.
Oh, okay.
She's someone I looked up to.
What about the other Featherston? The guy that was over at Page. Any relation there? You probably
Yes,
get that
sir.
question.
That's my cousin.
Is that right?
That's my first cousin.
Wow, you got a lot to be proud of then. Do you like watching him on TV making those big plays?
Yes, sir. I love it.
Man, that's kind of neat. I'm glad we asked you about that because we thought about that. Gosh, to see him for Florida State with the first unit on like national TV, that's a lot to be proud of.
Yes, sir. It's something crazy.
Yeah, it is how it's all come together for him down there.
Yes, sir.
Is there a time for a push like that for you, maybe to make that same level of play for Division I basketball? Got another year or so to go. Maybe make that same surge?
Well, yes, sir. It would be amazing to play Division I basketball.
How tall are you?
6'5" and a half, 6'6", something.
You know, I had a guy at a game. He was asking me about you. I mean, this time probably shouldn't tell you about this guy. Probably wanted to keep it a secret, but I can't keep this a secret. We were watching that Southwest Guilford game. He was representing some college out of Atlanta, but he came to the Grimsley game. I said, "Now, who are you watching?" Because I thought he might be watching John Purdy. Since John's a senior, might be watching John. Thought he might be watching, but he was watching Michael Featherston. Came to see Mike. I think people come to see Mike maybe because, like you say, the 6'5" frame means a lot to these coaches.
Yes, sir.
That does mean a lot.
Yes, sir. It means a lot to me, getting interest in things like that.
And you're starting to see some of the interest in too.
Yes, sir.
And if you can tell me you're a 6'5.5" guard, that means a lot also.
Yes, sir. I think so too.
Let's see some other questions from Michael Featherston from Grimsley. Could play college basketball for any team in the country. Who do you choose?
Duke.
Duke?
I'm a Carolina fan, but Coach K is one of the best coaches.
Because I thought I'd heard you wrong earlier because you said you're a Carolina man.
Yeah.
The Carolina man would choose Duke.
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. I just love Coach K.
The chance to play for Coach K.
Yes, sir.
If you came out of there, you probably could coach any team in the country yourself. You would think you could either be an announcer like Jay Billis and all those guys, or probably coach any team because of what he teaches.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Mike Featherston with us. We talked about the Duke Carolina game some last night. You have another favorite sport other than basketball? Hope you're not a lacrosse player. You might get killed out there.
Oh, no. I don't play any other sports, but I like to watch soccer and football.
Are you playing basketball in the all season? Travel AAU, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, sir.
Who you with?
I'm not sure who I'm playing with this year.
Wait and see this year.
Yes,
Any
sir.
coaches you've had in the past we might know? Anybody name you could drop in there?
I played for Coach Kovaleski.
Okay.
Used to coach at Northern.
Oh, yeah.
I played for him when I was little. And Coach Wade.
Okay. Art Wade?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the man over at High Point Andrews now, the AD, Coach Art Wade. Remember
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Wade well. That's an intelligent man. People that met Coach Wade, got a lot of intellect, got a lot of insight. Good
Yes,
coach
sir.
there. So those are some of your coaches back in the early days.
Yes.
And good coaches. Favorite class over at Grimsley?
I actually attend the middle college at UNCG.
I should have known. You're an intellect man, this guy. The guy who's a Carolina fan going to Duke. You're at the middle college at UNCG?
Yes, sir. My favorite class would probably have to be geography.
Geography?
AP geography.
Got a good teacher for that over there?
Yes, sir.
Who's teaching that these days?
Mr. Hamilton.
Mr. Hamilton. Favorite teacher all time?
Favorite teacher all time. Probably Mr. Hamilton.
Mr.
He
Hamilton
makes
gets a nod.
Class really fun.
Got to make sure he goes back, watches this on YouTube. He got a good pop from Michael Featherston tonight. YouTube comes out tomorrow. We'll have these interviews there for you. Who's the game changer on your team?
game changer would probably have to be John Pergier. John Pergier or Mason Moore at the end of a game because he gives really good energy.
They could turn around quickly then for you.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. 20 years, where do you see Michael Featherston 20 years down the road?
20 years from now, I'd be 37. So I'm hopefully coaching.
Maybe be a basketball coach.
Yes, sir. It's something I want to do, and I want to be around basketball for as long as possible.
Stuff. So basketball is your life in a lot of ways.
Yes, sir.
You get hooked up with Coach K. I mean, you're going to be a teacher when you come out, and no doubt about that. You got to be connected.
Yes.
So there is good possibilities for you, maybe to coach one day. Yes. I like it. Michael Featherston with us. If you had to go back and do your whole basketball career, do you go back and do the same thing, same way over again?
I'd probably change a few things.
What would you change? That's good. So, everybody used to say they just go status quo. Yeah, I'll just keep it the same. What would you change?
I'll probably work harder sometimes because I do, have my slack days. But I would change those slack days most definitely.
Where are you training at in the off season? Can you give us the location where you get this? So you got a personal trainer? You're working with the team? Where are you working out at? Where are you training?
Most of my off season work is with Coach Griffiths.
Gotcha.
So we have like the all-season stuff.
Doing that at the Grimsley gym?
Yes, sir.
Do you ever miss the camaraderie of being with the students at Grimsley as opposed to being at the UNCG Middle College? Ever miss any of that?
I do. Yeah. But it's something you got to get used to.
The long-term payoff is a lot better, right?
Yes, sir.
I like it. That's good. I've just thought of that myself, Michael. You got to give me credit. The long-term payoff is good. So you'll be there at UNCG again next year?
Yes, sir.
And you'll have a stack of college credits when you get ready to go to college. You'll already be about a sophomore when you get in, probably, right?
Yes, sir.
This guy's on the ball here. Did your parents and you all come together on that decision? Was that?
Yeah. When I was in the 8th grade, they told me to look into it to see if I really wanted to do it, and something I wanted to do.
I like it. Sharp stuff. Well, let's a few more questions from Michael Featherston here. What about you're stuck on the deserted island? You got to play one-on-one to get off that island. Who do you play? You got to be somebody good that you can beat one-on-one to get off that island. You're stuck. Got to get off. Who do you play one-on-one?
Aaron Wiggins.
Aaron Wiggins.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. He's partially injured right now, right?
Yes, sir. But like.
You went in full strength.
Yeah.
Thought you might try to sneak him a lot of injuries to bucket in there.
No.
Gotcha, Michael.
He's a good basketball player.
Very good basketball player. Take a photo of your basketball life. Looking at that selfie of Michael Featherston's basketball life. What do we see in that photo?
Where?
What do we see? What's in that picture?
Oh, what's in that picture?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm not even sure. Probably me at the free throw line or something.
That's a good answer. Good answer there, because you can. Free throws, that's one of your better parts of your game, I guess.
Yes, sir. Or probably me driving the lane, dishing the ball off or something.
Good stuff.
Along those lines.
The thing I like about Michael, you're thinking it well through. Do you have a nickname? Coach Griffiths has got a nickname. How about yourself?
I don't have a nickname.
No nickname?
Mike. That's about it.
So Michael can become Mike fairly easily.
Yes, sir.
MVP of your team next year. I'll give John your MVP this year. Let's say you're the MVP next year. MVP is going to get a car. 2016 model. What do you take?
A BMW.
Good call. You're reading my mind. I think Michael was going to say BMW or maybe a Lincoln. You took the BMW.
Yes, sir.
Good job. What's the future hold for Michael Featherston? I'm going to let you go, but I'm just intrigued by you, good young man. What's the future hold for Michael Featherston here?
Hopefully playing Division I college basketball. After that, hopefully have my degree in sports medicine or something along those lines. Hopefully coaching.
Think you'll stay around this area, Greensboro, the rest of your life, or maybe spread out?
I love the Greensboro area, but it's always kind of been a dream of mine to live at the beach. So
okay, might hit the coast then.
Yes, sir.
Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Nice to meet you, and to keep up the good work, man. I like these answers. Good stuff. Coach McNeil from Dudley's up next. Michael Featherston's headed toward the locker room. He's going to get changed up for the big game next week.